Boker Tov, we're continuing in Sefer Yona. We're Perek Daled, Pasuk Daled, a few more Pesukim to go in the Sefer. We left off that Yona was upset that the people of Nineveh did Teshuvah, even though it's a good thing. But, as we explained yesterday, he didn't want it to backlash against Bnei Israel. And now Hashem tells him, Vayomer Hashem, Ha'etev chara lach, are you really that grieved that they did Teshuvah? So the story, I'll say it out now, is that basically we're gonna see the next pasuk, but Yona goes to the outskirts of the city, and then Hashem provides a beautiful, it's called a kikayon, explanations, we'll get to it, but it seems like it's a tree that gives him great shade, and he's very happy about it. And the next day, the tree wilts away. And then Yona's very upset. And Hashem tells Yona, are you upset about the tree? And he says, I'm very upset. And he said, I'd die because I'm so upset about this. He tells him back, this tree that you didn't put any effort for, you just got it kind of for free, and you're upset about it. All the more so, I raised my children, the people of Nineveh. At the end of the day, they're my children. So I want them to do teshuvah. So you're being upset about something so futile. So you being upset now, that's what the pasuk is here. Are you really grieving for this? Is this something to grieve about? And then, he shows them what the kikayon, and he tells them at the end of the day, these are my children. Of course, I want to do teshuvah. We're going to see that slowly. But the next pasuk, so after Hashem tells them, are you really grieving for this? Vayetze Yona min ha'ir. Yona leaves the city of Nineveh. Vayeshev mikedem la'ir. He dwelled on the eastern part of the city. Vayas lo sham sukkah. He made for himself a sukkah. Vayeshev tachtei betzel, and he sat under the sukkah in the shade. Ad asher yireh ma yeh ba'ir, until he sees what's going to happen with the city. Because remember that he told the people, in 40 days, if you don't do teshuvah, it's going to be destroyed. He received the nevuah from Hashem. These people, they did teshuvah. He sees they did teshuvah. And now, they're not going to get destroyed. That's why Yonah was upset. But he leaves the city in order to see what's going to happen to the city. The Metzudat David explains, maybe the people are going to leave teshuvah. Maybe it was just a short stint of teshuvah, and they're going to go back to their wicked ways, and indeed, they'll get destroyed. Or the Malbim explains, like when it came to the Chet HaEgel, the sin of the golden calf, we sinned, even though Moshe interceded and asked Hashem for forgiveness, etc. Hashem gave us the forgiveness, Salachti Kidvarecha, but there's still remnants of that Averah that we still pay for till today. So Yonah says, okay, maybe these people also, they did teshuvah, but there might still be some remnants of punishment that's going to come upon them. So Yonah leaves the city, waiting to see what's going to happen. And we'll continue tomorrow on seeing what's next. The Gaon of Vilna explains that Mikedem, he leaves to the eastern side of the city. The Gan Eden Mikedem, in Gan Eden prior, Kedem also means prior to the creation of the world, is the Torah, meaning Yonah left the city and indulged in Torah learning. And he was in a sukkah. As we know, sukkah is a makom arai, is a temporary dwelling, like on Sukkot, to also teach us that olam hazeh, this world, is like a sukkah, is a temporary dwelling. The tzel, he was in the shade. The shade is like when a person is in oil in a tent, there's shade. So too, the oil of Torah is in reference to the shade. The sun, which is not shade, the sun, it says, is referring to the person's mazal, because it's a star at the end of the day, and a person's mazal, based on how much parnasah he's going to get, and etc., is the mazalot. But a person should recognize that, okay, Hashem decides, different things in my life, how healthy I'm going to be, if I'm going to have children or not, etc., all these things. And my job is, I have to go into the tzel, I have to go into the shade of the oil of Torah. And that's why in the laws of Sukkot, the Sukkah needs to be, people are building Sukkot these days, Silta Ruba Mechamata. What's a kosher schach? When you have more shade than sun. That's a kosher schach. 51% spread evenly, more shade than schach. That's how a person has to live his life. More shade in the oil of Torah more Torah over the melachto arai. You have to make your Torah ikar and your melachto arai, and the mazal and the work secondary. That's how a person has to live, and this is a hint to it, what Yona did over here. Okay, that's that for today. A few more Pesukim left. Bezrat Hashem, Sunday, Monday, we will finish Sefer Yona. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen ve'Amen. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai Omer, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל לפיך חיבר אדם תורה שנאמר, אדוני חפץ למען צדקו, הגדיל תורה וידיר.